Long, long ago, in a peaceful village surrounded by towering trees, there were three best friends: Tommy, Lily, and Emma. Tommy was the most curious, always asking questions and eager to explore. Lily, kind-hearted and gentle, loved everything about nature. And Emma? She was the bravest of them all, never afraid to dive into an adventure. One warm summer day, the three friends decided to explore a part of the forest they had never seen before. The leaves whispered secrets in the wind, and the forest floor was covered with soft moss. As they wandered deeper, something strange caught Lily's eye. A hidden path, almost invisible under the tall grasses, led them to a rusty old gate covered in vines. A faded wooden sign hung above it, and though the letters were worn, they could just make out the words, "The Magical Garden." The three friends stood in awe, staring at the gate. Tommy's eyes sparkled with curiosity, and Emma's heart raced with excitement. "Do you think it's really magical?" Lily asked, her voice barely a whisper. Tommy grinned. "There's only one way to find out." With that, they pushed open the gate, and it creaked as if it hadn't been opened in years. A warm, sweet fragrance filled the air as they stepped inside, and what they saw took their breath away. The garden was unlike anything they had ever seen. Flowers of every color imaginable swayed gently, their petals sparkling like stars. Tall plants with rainbow-colored leaves stretched up to the sky, and vines twisted in beautiful patterns around them. As they looked closer, they noticed something strange. Each plant seemed to be whispering, as if sharing a secret with anyone who would listen. Emma reached out and touched a soft pink flower, and it glowed under her fingertips. "Did you see that?" she whispered in amazement. Lily nodded, her eyes wide. "This garden, it really is magical." But just then, a soft voice floated through the air, low and mysterious. "Welcome, little explorers," it said. The friends gasped, looking around to see where the voice was coming from. A vine curled down from a nearby tree, its leaves trembling as it spoke. "I am the Whispering Vine," it said. "In this garden, each plant holds a power, a gift. But remember, with every gift comes a responsibility." The children wandered deeper into the garden, curious about what the Whispering Vine had told them. The first plant they found was a bush filled with bright, tiny berries. Each berry sparkled, as if holding a drop of sunlight inside. "These look delicious," Tommy said, plucking one of the berries. Before the others could stop him, he popped it into his mouth, and suddenly, a huge grin spread across his face. He burst out laughing, unable to stop. Lily and Emma looked at each other, then back at Tommy, who was now rolling on the ground, laughing uncontrollably. Emma picked a berry, curious. "These must be laughter berries," she said, popping one into her mouth. Soon, all three of them were laughing, filling the garden with joyful echoes. When they finally caught their breath, they continued exploring. Next, they came to a small, still pond surrounded by blue flowers. The flowers had mirror-like petals that shimmered in the sunlight. "What do you think these do?" Lily wondered aloud. Cautiously, she touched one of the petals, and as she did, her reflection in the pond changed. She saw herself as she truly felt inside. Happy, but a little nervous. The reflection flowers showed her true emotions, things even her friends didn't know. The three friends gazed into the pond, each seeing their own hearts reflected back at them. As they continued, a soft glow appeared in the distance, coming from the largest tree they had ever seen. The tree's bark shimmered in shades of silver and gold, and its branches stretched wide, covered in leaves of all colors. A gentle voice spoke from the tree itself. "Welcome, young ones. I am the guardian of the garden." The children looked up in awe. They had never seen a tree that spoke. "This garden holds many wonders," the guardian continued, "but also many secrets. The plants here are gifts, each with a power, but there are rules. Not everything is safe to touch, and some things are better left undiscovered. The guardian's voice was warm but serious, and the children nodded, feeling the weight of the responsibility. As the sun began to set, Emma noticed something glowing in the distance, a path of sparkling stones leading deeper into the garden. She pointed it out to the others, her eyes wide with excitement. "Let's follow it." Tommy hesitated, but the guardian said, "It's just a little farther," Emma replied, unable to resist. They followed the path, the stones lighting up with each step they took. Soon, they reached the heart of the garden, a beautiful open space with a single towering tree at its center. Its leaves were every color of the rainbow, and they seemed to change with every step the children took. And under the tree, they found a single flower, glowing with a soft golden light. It was unlike any other flower in the garden. It looked almost like it was waiting for them. Emma knelt down beside it, and just as she reached out to touch it, the guardian's voice echoed in their ears. "Be careful, little ones. The wishing flower grants one wish to each person who touches it, but wishes have consequences. They must be chosen wisely." The children looked at each other, unsure. Each of them had a secret wish, something they hadn't shared even with their closest friends. Slowly, each of them reached out, and as they touched the flower, their wishes came true, but not in the way they expected. As the last wish was made, the garden began to grow dim. The once bright flowers faded, and the air grew cold. The children could feel the magic slipping away, and an uneasy feeling crept over them. "We've been here too long," Lily whispered. "We need to leave, now." They ran back along the path, the plants whispering warnings as they passed. The vines seemed to reach for them, as if trying to pull them back. They stumbled through the fading garden, their hearts pounding, and finally reached the gate. With one last look, they tumbled out, and the gate closed behind them with a final echoing creak. When they looked back, the gate and the garden had vanished. They were back in the ordinary forest, with nothing but memories of the magical adventure they had shared. As they walked home, they clutched the tiny glowing flower they'd brought with them, a memory of the world they had discovered, a place that would stay hidden, waiting for the next explorers brave enough to find it.